Hello, good morning everybody. Thank you for coming to join me. I did a video, my last video was how I do my soft covers, and I did 3 journals, dog journals, and it was a well-received video, so thank you so much to those of you that watched it and liked it. I've carried on the dog theme and I'm doing another journal, dog journal. This one is using Amy from Crafty Cats kit, and I've ended up with 7 signatures. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 7 signatures. So as you can see, it's turned into quite a chunky journal, but I didn't want to take any pages out. I've really enjoyed making it. I don't know if you can see, I've put tabs on that have got little dogs on, so each of them's got a tab on. Similar to the other one, I've used the quotes inside it. Some of the quotes have got tags behind, so it is a big old journal. I think there's 7 signatures, and I think there's 6 pages in each, so it is quite big. So I've thought about how I can do the cover for this, and I decided that I wanted to do a hardcover journal with a soft spine, so that when it opens it lays really nice and flat. It does kind of squash up, and I thought I would just bring you along and show you how I do it. Now, I've only done one of these before, so it could be a case of this is the video of how not to do it, so fingers crossed. I've worked out where I'm going to sew my signatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've done them just over 1/4 of an inch wide, so that's my template for when I sew my signatures in. So I know roughly that's how big I want my spine to be, roughly. I've got my signatures all done and dusted, so they're good to go. And I've already put the fabric on the cover and started making it, and then I stopped and thought maybe you'd like to see. So the fabric that I've got, I don't know if you can see, it's a green colour with browns in. I guess you may call it an olive green, I'm not sure. It's the last piece of this fabric that I have, and it's one that I really like. So I've done these covers to be slightly bigger. Sorry, I'm all 6s and 7s, aren't I? It's because I'm not really sure what I'm doing. So I've done these slightly bigger, top and bottom, so hopefully you can see that, and just about so that will fit. Now, when I've done the soft cover before, I know that these sit further back in the cover because the spine is soft. So I'm happy that I've got those the right size, as in these the right size. This is thin cardboard. It's cereal box cardboard. So there's 2 layers of cereal box card here. And what I've done is I've covered it in fabric, and I've covered it the same way that you would if you were covering the card with paper. Because it's fabric, I use fabric glue, and here in the UK I get mine from Hobbycraft. I find it really strong. It says it's washable, non-toxic and permanent. Now, I know we're not going to wash the journal, but it is really, it just glues. It's really good, and it is very sticky, very sticky. So that's the one that I use. So I've covered my 2 pieces of card. I've put the decoration on the front, and I've used, I think this is an image from TLC Creates. So I've put it behind a piece of card and I've stitched it on. I was going to put a little bit of ruffle on here, and I've got a piece of ruffle, I think I've left it downstairs, that I've put some buttons on, and I was going to glue it on. But then I thought whoever has this journal might want to put a title. So I thought, actually, do you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'll probably include the ruffle that I've put the buttons on. And then if somebody does want to glue it on, they can. But unfortunately, I've left it somewhere. I don't know where. I've put it somewhere safe, as I do. Sorry, I've just seen a thread there. So they're going to be the covers. So I know that they're going to fit. They go on there nicely. It fits really nicely, and I like the colour, so I'm happy with those. Now the spine, the soft spine, this is what I'm using. Now, the way that I've constructed this, you can probably see on this, is I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of fabric. Now, I've started with some calico, and it's not very thick calico, look, it's quite lightweight, and I've glued these 4 layers together with the same glue, one at a time. So I've stuck one layer on, and then the other, and I've just left it to dry. And it's nice and flexible, but it has it's not flimsy, but it's not too thick either. And I think this is the way that Wendy's Journal Adventures does hers. And she makes journal covers this way as well. And I have done that as well before, because as you can see, it's nice and flexible. And the glue, you can see, it will pull apart if I really tug it, but I'm not going to. So this is where I kind of got stuck and thought, okay, stop and think. So this is the spine that I'm going to use. This is the outside of it. I've stitched some lace at the top and some lace at the bottom, and I've cut it, I think I cut it 4 inches. Yep, it's 4 inches wide. Now this is going to be where my signatures, this is the template for the signatures. So that's going to go there, and it fits quite nicely. So the way that I work out how to put this spine, let me just move these signatures out over there out the way. The way that I work this out is I'm going to put that on the outside, because these are going to get attached like so. So this is going to be on the inside, not on the outside. I guess you could do it on the outside, but that's not the look I'm going for, I've decided. So I've got my little clips, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip that on there. As Rachel would say, I think I'm doing bodgy crafting. That gives me about 3/4 of an inch, probably either side. Yeah, I've got 3/4 of an inch either side. So what I want to do is attach that on there, but I want to leave a bit of a gap as well. So I think what I'm going to do to start with is I am going to just pin it, clip it on with these clips before I get going with my glue, because once you've glued it, you're stuck, aren't you? You're committed. Because I just want to see that I mean, it looks to me as if I'm going to be fine, but I want to know what it looks like on the inside. I've cut this spine slightly shorter than the book cover. Can't lift it up. I don't know if you can see, sorry, I'm just trying to clip that clip on there. So that's roughly, so if I take that off, because that was just my guide, you can see there what it's going to be like. So if I grab my signatures and just put them in, then they will fit in there. It's like trying to grab a slippery eel at the moment. They will fit in there quite nicely, and you can see the spine is nice and soft, and it expands it. I don't know if you can see, they will fit in there. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for it. Now I'm just thinking, because I've got my card that I want to stick on here, I don't want that to go all the way up to the top, do I? I want to mitre it slightly. Okay, Carol, think about this. So if I put this, I bet somebody's shouting at the camera, do it this way. You need to speak louder because I can't hear you. And just put that on there like that. And if I can find my sharp scissors, I am going to just snip that like that, and I'm going to take that bit of lace off. I'll probably regret it, but it is too late now. Too late came the cry. You've done it. You've committed yourself. Okay, done. So this is the outside of it. You can tell I've not done this before, can't you? So that is going to go on there like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my glue on here. I don't use Fabri-Tac very often, but in this occasion I am going to, because it grabs quite hard. I'm just double checking that I've got the right bit. It grabs hard, it grabs firm, it dries quite quickly. And so I am going to put this Fabri-Tac on here. I think I'm at the end of a bottle, aren't I? So I'm not going to use that one. I've got another one. I wondered why I'd got two open. Now I remember that one doesn't like to play. Oh, that's better, look. So I'm going to put my Fabri-Tac down here. And I'm also going to put it on here. I'm just going to smooth it down. Not a wet wipe, just wipe my finger. And I am going to place, sorry, I'm just going to put my head over slightly. I'm going to place that on there. And I am leaving, that's where my signatures are going to be sewn in on each of those lines. So that's just my template. Obviously that's not going to stop there. But I just want to make sure that I have given myself enough. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. That's fine. Okay, go for it, Carol. So this is the back. There isn't a right and a wrong, obviously. I don't know why I'm turning it round. There's no right and wrong with that fabric. There isn't a right way up and a right way down. Sorry, can you see what I'm doing? I feel like my fingers are so sticky at the minute after I've been using that other fabric glue. It is really tacky. I'm just going to put some glue on there as well, because we want it to be nice and firm. Sorry, everything's sticking to me. And then that. And again, I've just got a little bit of a gap down there. So my last signature goes in there. So I've got all that there as an edge. So I'm going to take that off and keep that safe, because that's my template. And I just want to check before that dries that I've got it's level. Yep, gosh. Well done, Carol, you got it. Level in one. Just want that one to go over just slightly. Just ever so slightly. There's my template. Yeah, I'm happier with that. Just that little bit closer. Right, okay, so that's still a little bit tacky. That's still going to fit in there. And that's going to stitch down there and there. That's going to stitch down there and there. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to stitch down there. I'm not going to go all the way around. I'm just going to stitch down here just to make sure that that is attached. So just bear with me one moment. Hello, back again. So now you can see, hopefully you can see, I don't know if you can see the stitching or not, but I've done a zigzag stitch all the way down there and all the way down there. Now, it could be that the glue is strong enough to hold it. Sorry, I've got glue everywhere. That the glue is actually strong enough to hold it. I don't know. I like to do belts and braces. So you can see it's a soft squidgy spine. It's nice and soft. On the inside, obviously, you're gonna see that's the fabric you're going to see. And there's no glue or anything now, so if I just put those in, you can see, you see what I mean, that they will go back further because it's a soft spine, but there's plenty of room in there. It's not full, it's not chocker, so I am really, really happy with that. And it's not going anywhere, that it's not coming apart. I just feel so sticky. So what I've got to put on the insides is some card. And I'm going to do it, I'm not going to try and cover that stitch in. I'm going to leave that so that you can see, you'll see the zigzag all the way around. So I'm going to put that in there. And again, I'm going to use the, well, it's not Fabri-Tac that I get, it's the Beacon 3-in-1. So I'm just going to put my glue on. It does usually grab quite quickly, this one, doesn't it? And I know that I've just got glue down there, haven't I? So I'm just madly looking. Please do excuse my really chatty, messy mat. Oh, come here. But I don't want glue on the front of the cover. So that, sorry, can you see? I'm just trying to get this positioned. It will stick down on there, but it does, you know, it does need time to just grab. And of course there is a bit of a bump there, so I do just want that to stick on there nicely. Just make sure it's on. If you'd wanted, I think I'm going to put eyelets in here, but obviously if you wanted to put ribbon on to tie it, you'd put that on before you put your cardstock on. Okay, that's one on. One down, one to go. So I'm going to glue it. Oh, throw my card on the floor. Put the glue on. It's quite pretty on the back actually, that one, isn't it? Get it around the edge. I don't want it lifting in the corners, do I? Do. Here we go. Everything's against me today. And so it goes that way up. Perfect. Squash it all down. Make sure it's gluing. And what I'll do as well, give it a chance to glue and dry, and then I will go back round and just make sure that it's glued, especially, you know, these places here, that they're well and truly stuck down. Bit of fluff there. Right here. Put one of my clips on that bit. So they're the bits that just want to lift, aren't they, when you're over fabric. Cut my threads. Okay, so I will leave that to dry properly, but that is how I made a soft cover journal. So there it is. Now you can see it's nice and soft and pliable. It's going to take me a while to stitch these signatures in, I know that, and I don't want to do that on camera because I do faff when I'm trying to stitch them in. So I want to let this cover dry. So I'm going to leave you, and thank you for coming to join me, and I hope that maybe you found this useful on a soft cover journal. Any questions, then you know where I am. Just give me a shout and I will answer as best I can, but I'm not an expert on these, but I do like them. I think they make a lovely journal. So thank you so much for coming to join me. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Bye.